A burst pipe? A dead water heater? The AC calling it quits? Who do you call? HomeServe is an easy way to handle unexpected home repairs, with plans covering stuff basic homeowners insurance usually won't. Instead of scrambling for a contractor, you make one call to get the repair process started. Join the millions of customers who trust HomeServe right now. Go to homeserve.com/podcast for 50% less your first year. That's homeserve.com/podcast. Savings compared to renewal price, void in Florida.
You're listening to Rewatch Culture, a podcast where we circle back and talk about our favorite Black TV shows that raised us, healed us, and angered us in many ways, but they are always going to live rent-free in our minds. I'm your host, Shanae, your resident elder millennial and professional rewatcher. Let's get into it. Hi, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Rewatch Culture. We are back to discuss episodes 10, 11, and 12, Season 1 of A Different World. It is Christmas time around Hillman College, and you see the girls decorating, and they're talking about Secret Santas. First off, let me say, I love a good Secret Santa. I actually have a group of girls who I used to work with, and we all work in different places now. But 9 years later, we are still doing a Christmas exchange, and I'm a sucker for a tradition. So I love that we get together and do that, and we go to a meal, then we play games together. Just a great experience. But doing a Secret Santa gift every day for a week, that is too much work. I don't have the time, so you're going to get one gift from me, okay? Like, all this extra, no. Maggie and Jaleesa ending up being each other's Secret Santas and hating the gifts that they got each other was hilarious to me because you guys are roommates. You think you would know what you guys like, but I guess sometimes if you're not observant like that, then you're going to mess up in those instances. But also, I just want to say Jaleesa's hair looked good. It looked like she had a silk press, and it was giving grown woman fine. So shout out to Jaleesa. But we're finally getting into, I would say, more meat and potatoes as far as plot lines go here, because the real storyline in this episode is Whitley. We are pulling back the layers on her, kind of like an onion, and her parents are getting divorced. And her dad and her are supposed to go out of the country and ski, and she's looking so much forward to it. And then all of a sudden, her dad shows up with his hot new young girlfriend, and Whitley's taken aback. Like, she's not okay. So then, she's pouting, she's acting like a brat, she's acting like a baby, and she calls her mom. And her mom doesn't even have the time to talk to her for Christmas. Whitley has to say Merry Christmas to her in advance. So right there, that lets me know that some of how Whitley acts is a facade because her home life is actually crumbling around her. It kind of lets you see, like, maybe this leads to why she acts the way she does. It makes me have more empathy and sympathy for her. But she's being a brat whole episode. Denise is trying to get her to come around and talk to Monica. Monica is the girlfriend of her dad, okay? Whitley's not having it. Monica finally steps in and she checks Whitley. She gives her tough love. She basically lets her know, whether you like it or not, we're going to keep moving forward. So you can either get on this train or you can hop off, but it's leaving without you. And honestly, probably would have hurt my feelings, but it was much needed to hear. By the end of this episode, though, Dwayne gets a little mistletoe kiss from Denise. That made that man's entire life. Oh my gosh, he was floating on cloud nine. You could literally see it. But as I was watching the episode this time, I was thinking to myself, what if I was in Whitley's shoes? And I don't think I would have acted any better when Monica and her dad first came in. I think I would have absolutely still been a brat at that age, because at that age, you don't think with nuance. You're only going off of your own emotions. Like, how you feel is the most important. And you're not thinking about how others feel. Sad to say, Monica would have had to check me too. Who gonna check me, boo? And if you know that reference, let me know. Please drop it down in the comments. Iconic moment. but I'm glad by the end of the episode, everybody figured it out and they were going to go and enjoy their Christmas together. We see this time and time again in the movies and the TV shows that we watch. Should age difference like that between how Whitley's dad and his girlfriend were, should that be such a big deal? Should we just accept it and be okay with it? I mean, really, it's not our business, but I just want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Now we are going to get into episode 11. The girls decide that they want to play a little trick on Dwayne, okay? So flirt with him the way he literally flirts with every single woman on campus, okay? And Denise is not feeling this plan because it's cruel. But also, I think our girl is starting to catch just a couple of feelings for Mr. Dwayne Wayne. First, she gave him that little mistletoe kiss the last episode, and I think that lit a little spark. So we'll see. But everybody's, taking this bet that Peggy is going to seduce Dwayne. She ends up telling Dwayne, and Dwayne immediately jumps to, oh, you're jealous. Like, if you don't want me to go out with Peggy, just let me know. I can dump her anytime. And Millie comes down and accidentally spills the tea that there is a bet going on. Dwayne's feelings are rightfully hurt, and I felt bad for him. I know I've been saying throughout these reviews, like, he's a clown and he's annoying, but what he does is not malicious. His intent is not to try to play with anybody's feelings like that. So that was different than what the girls were trying to do. Now, Ron, his best friend here, convinces him that even though he knows that Peggy is only liking him because of a bet, that he should still go and hang out with her in her apartment because even though it started as a bet, it can become real. So he's hyping Dwayne up. And this is not the last time that we will see Mr. Ron hyping and having Dwayne Wayne's back to the fullest. Dwayne does go and see Peggy. And before things get too far, Peggy ends up telling Dwayne the truth, and she gives him a little kiss, and baby Dwayne again is on cloud 9. Dwayne comes out on top in this episode, okay? Because the final scene, he and Peggy walk in together, and when I tell you everybody mouths drops, it was one of those sitcom moments. All right, y'all. So that was episode 11. Episode 12 features Christoph St. John. Most people will recognize him as Neil from Young and the Restless. He unfortunately did pass away in 2019. And every time I think about him, I think about his son Julian, who passed away suddenly in 2014 following a long history of mental illness. And that just makes me want to talk about mental health here for a minute. I just want to say it's okay to not be okay. None of us are living perfect lives. That's just an absolute fact. We all go through different things and we all need somebody to talk to. I will be the first to admit that I have had a therapist. I had one for many years. I was going through something. I needed to talk about it and talk about my feelings, and therapy helped me so much. Recommend it to anybody who needs the support. And I especially want to say to my Black men out there, don't be afraid to get therapy. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you look bad. You're not less of a man. You don't have to just be tough and push everything away and just try to get through it, Taking care of your mental health is one of the best things that you can do for yourself and the people around you. And treat therapy like a job interview. If you go to one therapist and it's not working for you, don't quit. Find somebody else. Find your cup of tea. Find the person you can trust. Find the person you can talk to. It's 2026. Any stigma about mental health should be gone. I'm just going to say that. But let's get back into the episode. Let's go ahead and do Shanae's favorite line from these episodes. And again, it comes from Miss Whitley Gilbert. She lets Millie know that she has the sense that God gave a chicken. Jasmine Guy, she just knew how to deliver a read. She knew how to cut you where it hurt, because I can't even imagine somebody saying that to me. But also when she says she hates flowers, my ears perked up because same. I don't like having to take care of the flowers. Just get me something else. Get me a pack of donuts, give me a protein shake, give me some gushers. Don't get me no flowers. You know, that's just my personal opinion. But the girls have an ugly Miss America night because they're studying for finals. And if you have ever been in college, you know that finals week, it's crunch time, okay? Nobody looks good. Hair is not done. Outfits look lived in. Might be walking around campus in my pajamas. That's how real it gets. But it's finals week, so everybody's feeling that. Like, I don't have time to play. My mind needs to be in these books. And Miss Denise gets crowned the winner. And she was given sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. What I'm trying to say is she looked beautiful. Okay, so the message was very much clear. You don't have to be all done up to be seen as beautiful. Different time, but the message still hits today. Just want to put that out there, my friends. But that was episode 12. This week, I want to end with Rewatch Revelations. And this is what hits differently now that I'm adult versus when I watched this show when it originally came out and maybe when I did a second rewatch in my early 20s. Now that I'm rewatching the show, Dwayne's attention seeking is rooted in insecurity. We saw when he had that conversation with the coach, he has no game. Dwayne doesn't take himself seriously, so he puts on this big bravado and does all the jokes and does the flirting and does the clowning, so you don't see who he really is and how he really feels inside. And let's be for real, how many of us have done that? Pretended to be someone that we're not to get with someone, or worse, try to keep that someone. You're still trying to be somebody else. And the truth is, be yourself. We are all made in the Lord's image, and that's beautiful. That's enough, and we should embrace that more. Listen, I know that's easier said than done. I can be the absolute most critical person about myself. We are our own worst critics, but let's work to love ourselves. But yeah, just watching Dwayne now as an adult, it just reminds me of imposter syndrome and pretending to be someone that you're not. You know, be who you are. And if you want to be better at being you. Don't be better at being a different version of somebody else. That is all that I have for you guys this week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. And before you dip, go ahead and leave a rating and review. It really helps me grow, and it costs absolutely nothing to show your girl a little bit of love. For more nostalgia and chaos between episodes, though, which, reminder, drop every Sunday, follow at Rewatch Culture Pod on all your socials. Thanks for joining me today.